going on, guys? Welcome to Between the Numbers. I am your host, your editor, your producer, Colt Matthews. Um, my two guests, they won't be here tonight, but we have Cole Smith and Braden Oldham. Um, all three of us are really big into sports, all come from sports backgrounds, everything. And after we got out of school and everything, we've all turned into big time sports bettors. And that's kind of the business we're in on top of the jobs we have. And we've made it a pretty good profession, I'd say. And we're all a part of the Tavern. Um, it's just for all of us degenerates that love the sports bet, a great community, and it's a great time. A lot of big brains in there when it comes to sports. But that's what this podcast will be about. We're going to go through all the big sporting events that are going on throughout the year. We'll be giving our personal picks out to y'all that we do post in our Discord. And just to have some fun and connect with the outside world, unlike the people we already talk to every day, and give y'all some inside scoop on how we do things, what we do, and where we get our information from. So let's jump right into this first video. Alright, so as of right now, college football just ended the regular season. NFL's getting towards the end of the season. So I want to start it off with the NBA, which has came up. All the teams are around 20 games, 25 games, and the NBA Cup is in the semifinals tonight. So I will give you my personal opinions and picks on that. So my Cup predictions, not much more to say other than I feel like the Thunder are going to win. I'm not a big Thunder fan. I'm a Hornets fan from North Carolina, so I'm really die-hard our sports. Panthers, Hornets, big Duke fan, and so is Cole. Braden, on the other hand, he is a Thunder fan, so I'm kind of glad he's not here because we'd be talking about it for a good 30 minutes on how good the Thunder are, and he loves Shea. But that's besides the point. They'll be here in the next video. So, my NBA Cup predictions tonight. We got who plays who? We got the Phoenix Suns going against OKC at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then we got the Spurs against the Lakers 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's go ahead and look at these spreads. All right. It looks like they have OKC at minus 15 and a half. That's fair. The Suns 14 and 10. They're 6 and 6 away games. The Thunder are at home. Thunder 23 and 1 on the season, 11 and 0 at home. They've been off to a heater, as they should be, coming off the championship, and kept all the pieces, and not many injuries. So, my prediction on this, it looks like we got DraftKings pulled up. The over-under is 22, or not 22, 226 and a half is the over-under. These Cup games, they're tricky. I'm not a big over-under guy, and I would definitely say these Cup games, you're actually seeing some defense. So I'm gonna go. I think it will be a blowout as well. So I don't think, like, not a blowout, but I don't think some of these starters will be playing as much. So I'm gonna go on the under 226 and a half. And y'all can always, this video will be posted after the game, so y'all can always come back and see how we did. I'm doing it this way for this first video so you can see how well we do, and you can adapt our picks into your own. So I'm going to go under 226 and a half. Spread is set at minus 15 and a half for OKC. I think the Suns cover that. I think the Suns, I might smack down on that plus 15 and a half because, like I said, it is a Cup game. There will be defense played. Um, and I just feel like the Suns, they're not a bad squad. Like they have some good pieces together, and I just feel like they haven't found that chemistry yet. They have some veterans. You know, Devin Booker, he's getting up there, and then they have some young, uh, promising prospects like Mark Williams, big Duke guy. I love Mark, but and that's also my other thing. I feel like Mark Williams matches up against Chet pretty well. I think I'm not a big Chet fan. Um, I like Wimby more. I like Wimby a lot. I like his game. Chet, on the other hand, I feel like his amount of potential compared to where he's at isn't isn't all right, and I think Mark Williams matches up well against him. So I'm gonna take the plus 15 and a half Phoenix Suns and the under. All right, let's get to the Spurs versus the Lakers. Lakers are at home. Okay, so we got the 16-7 Spurs, really talented team. Wimby, just generational talent. I mean, the MVPs they're gonna start flooding in. And then they have a good guard. They got De'Aaron Fox, really talented guard. I feel like he's overlooked a little bit. He's a little underrated. And then we got the Lakers, of course. The big three got Luka, LeBron, AR-15. Um, let's see. Spread for this is Lakers minus 7.5. Spurs are 7-5 away. Lakers are 7-3 at home. Um, a lot of defense being played once again. Cup game. I say the Spurs cover this as well. I think Spurs cover plus 7.5. Um, I think the Lakers they're a solid team, but I feel like with they've proven that they need Luka. All right, AR he shows up when Luka's not there, but I feel as if see I'm not a LeBron fan as well, so I feel like he needs to get out of the game. I feel like his time has come. He's proven he has nothing else left to prove. Um, yeah, I just feel like the Spurs team they've already played a couple times before. Um, I don't. I just feel like this Spurs team really matches up well. Even with Wimby out, I feel like the Spurs could definitely cover that plus 7.5. And then the over under 236.5. I'm gonna take the under once again. Obviously, a lot of offense in both of these teams. Um, but I feel like there's gonna be defense tonight. So that's gonna be my plays. I'm gonna take plus 7.5 and the under as well on that. I might even sprinkle Spurs money line a little bit. Same way with the Suns. Very good value there. Not put much in it. Just probably point 0.5 units. Um, and units. Speaking, going to sports betting. Units. Stick to your units. Okay. Units are a percentage of your bank account. Your bankroll, I should say. And if you don't stick to those units, you can really screw up. You can lose more money that you can't afford to lose, and also just don't chase bets. If you lose a bet, forget about it. Go on to the next day. We all lose. It's a part of it. Um, so yeah, so those are my plays for the actual game. Now let me tell you my props, and that's where I'm big at in the NBA is props. All right, so I have a 2-leg parlay. All right, I got Gillespie over 2.5 threes and Caruso over 8.5 PRA. Now, if you get this on, I used it on Underdog today. It was 2.71x, I believe. So, pretty decent value there. And I also take all these props as straights as well, and find pretty decent value. If you can get them the earlier when it comes to props, the better, because lines will move. All right, and then I also have another two leg. I got Stephon Castle over 20 and a half PRA, or not PRA, not PRA, PA. So points plus assists, and then I have Rui Hachimura, 1+3s. That as well was 2.1 or so. All right, so y'all can come back to this video, see how my plays did. And then the only straight I'm taking off of props, Luka over 42 and a half points plus assists. Lock that in. He's proven to hit that multiple times. The trends are there, and I think he's gonna cook tonight. He's gonna get the ball quite a bit. So that is my NBA Cup analysis and plays. Now I'm going to move over to college football, the playoffs. So let's see. Let's get it. All right. So here is the bracket. We got James Madison, Oregon, Texas Tech's on a bye, Alabama, Oklahoma, Indiana's on a bye, Tulane, Ole Miss, Georgia's on a bye, and then Miami and A&M, Ohio State's on a bye. So out of those first four games, I'll tell you who I believe will win. And they got the spreads out. Okay. James Madison, Oregon. Oregon is minus 21 and a half favorites. Gonna take James Madison plus 21 and a half. All right. I'm sorry about that. Had my brother come in and he was talking to me about dinner. So, all right. So let's get back to this. James Madison, Oregon. All right. So they already have the spread set up. I would definitely think they would change, but this first game has some good value to it now. I feel like the line's gonna drop, but right now they have Oregon as minus 21 and a half favorites against James Madison, and James Madison. Sure, you can look at their schedule. They haven't played anybody, but they have proven to put up a crap ton of points. Oregon, on the other hand, obviously powerhouse team, but they don't put up as many points. Obviously, their defense will probably be better against a team like James Madison, but I just don't see this being a 21 favorite blowout. Let's see. How much points does James Madison average? They finished the season 12 and 1. So take that into consideration, even if they haven't played anyone. Total points per game, 37.3 points per game. 64 total touchdowns in the year. That's insane. It looks like their third down percentage is 47, so that's a little, it's not too solid against a good team like Oregon. So yeah, I would definitely say James Madison covers that 21 and a half, but I will have to keep a lookout on that line. Gotta get back to this. Come on. College football playoff. It's being slow. Alright, let's go to the bracket. Alright. So James Madison plus 21 and a half. Alabama, Oklahoma. Alabama's minus 1.5 favorites. I'm a firm believer. I don't think Alabama should have squeaked in after after that bad loss to Georgia. So I'm probably gonna hit Ole Miss plus 1.5. And Ole Miss is the higher seed. I'm not sure where this game is held or what for Alabama to be the favorite, but it's only -1.5, so money line's not going to be that much different. So I would say Oklahoma for that game, especially after a tough loss against Georgia like that. Alabama just proved they're not what people really thought they were. Um, Tulane, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is -17.5 favorites. Going back to that James Madison game, I'm a firm believer that these playoff games won't be blowouts. Okay, I don't see it. It's not a fun playoff game if it is a blowout. Like that TCU championship game when they lost by like 50. That worst college football championship all time. So I would say Tulane plus 17.5, even though I feel like they're not the team everyone thought they were or expected them to be. Um, well, I mean, I guess they are. They made playoffs, but still, I don't see a world where Ole Miss isn't the better team here. At the same time, I don't see a world where a playoff game is 17-point differential, same way as the other one, 21 point. So I say Tulane plus 17.5. Texas A&M, Miami. Texas A&M is -3.5. I think Texas A&M covers that. Miami, I'm not a big Carson Beck fan. He went to Georgia. He ruined Georgia the past few years. They weren't what they were with him, and then we see that this year as they have a first round bye. And Miami, on the other hand, take Cam Ward last year, and then they pull in Carson Beck, and now they squeaked in the playoffs. And I don't know how we make it in the ACC championship, 7-5 team. But I went to the game. It was electric, great game. Shout out to Virginia, very solid squad. But we came home with the dub. On the other hand, I don't see how Miami can't make ACC championship, whereas they can make college football playoffs and stand with a team like Texas A&M. So I don't think Miami covers this. I think Texas A&M covers that -3.5. So yeah. And on the topic of college football playoffs, everyone's talking about Notre Dame. See, Notre Dame's tricky for me. Sure, their squad is crazy. Jeremiah Love, dog. Um, like they have some dogs in there, but the thing is, you gotta win games. That's the only way to make this. Whereas it is easier now to make college football playoffs than it used to be. We all know it was only 4 teams. Used to be only 4 teams out of the whole country made playoffs. Whereas now we have 12. So if you weren't complaining back then, like if you had one loss back then, your odds of making playoffs dropped horrendously. Whereas now you got teams like Alabama, 3 losses, they still made it in. Like some of these teams, it's much easier now than it used to be, and the answer for it all, just win your games, win the games you're supposed to. And Notre Dame didn't really do that, and they're not in a conference. Like you need to join a conference. That's the bottom line. And while we're on the college football talk, news came out today about Michigan's coach, Sharon Moore. He was involved with some type of relationship with a person on staff. I haven't really read into it, so I don't have much to say on it. But just be professional, man. You're one of the biggest schools in the country. You have been for years. Even if you're an Ohio State fan, you have to admit Michigan's a good team. I don't care how much you hate them. They've been a great football school for years. So just be professional. Like, there's no need for that. All right, so that was my college football analysis. So I hope you all saw these spreads. They're definitely going to change over the next few weeks because the first game doesn't kick off for not this weekend, but the next. So I think Bama has the first game December 19th. So I'm going to definitely be keeping a look on these lines and seeing where the money is and all that. But let's get on over to NFL, Thursday night football. All right. Thursday night football. Speaking of which, if y'all have been keeping up with the Colts, that is crazy how Phillip Rivers is back. We have a grandpa in the league, literal grandpa. So shout out to him. Hopefully it works out for him. The Colts were looking very promising. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones, terrible injury. So yeah, hopefully in the next few years they're a contender for sure. I mean, they were already on track to be one this year. So yeah, so shout out to Phillip Rivers. Hopefully he succeeds. I don't know if he will, but hopefully he does. He has a lot of talent around him to help him out. I don't expect him to come out throwing 200 plus yards his first game. I mean, he hasn't touched the ball probably in 5 years. But here we go. Thursday night football. We got, oh baby, Panthers division. Oh, this is gonna be big for me. All right, we got Atlanta Falcons playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thursday night football, prime time, playing in Tampa, Florida. Okay, December 11th. The line is set at Tampa Bay minus 4.5. Over under 44.5. All right. These primetime games are weird as a bettor. I usually stick to the props, but I haven't looked at props yet. Been stuck on NBA Cup, so I'll look at them tomorrow. I don't see a world where Tampa Bay should not cover this minus 4.5. But our division is weird. Okay, Panthers, we can beat the Packers, we can beat the Rams, but we lose to the Saints. Same way with Tampa Bay. They can beat all the top teams this past weekend, lose to the Saints. So it's hard. NFL's been tricky this year to predict and bet on. I would say Tampa Bay covers that minus 4.5, but with it being a Thursday night football game, I really don't know. All these games have been fairly close and unpredictable, to say the least. Like, let's go through all the Thursday night football. Last time, it was Dallas versus Detroit. The Lions, 44-30 wasn't much, but the Chicago Bears, sure their record stood for it, but they didn't play anybody up to this point, and then they smacked the Eagles. Was not expecting that. The Eagles, Monday Night Football, that was horrendous. Jalen Hurts, dude, you gotta figure something out. That's awful. Buffalo losing to the Texans. New England beating the Jets. That wasn't surprising. Denver only beating the Raiders 10-7. Baltimore put BTA to Miami. Chargers BTA to Vikings. Pittsburgh lost to the Bengals. Surprising. The Giants beating the Eagles. Like, these Eagles on these primetime games are god awful. But I would say on DK they got them at minus 4.5 Tampa Bay. I'm gonna take that. Over under 44.5. That's kind of a low line, but that is because it's a primetime game. Very good defense, a lot of eyes on them. but I would think that the over hits this time. I would think the over hits. So, well, I don't know because the over hit just last week. It was a high scoring game. So, I don't know. I'll have to see. If you know me in real life or from the tavern, hit me up tomorrow and I will send you that bet. But yeah, so that looks like about it. I'm not gonna get into NHL today or soccer. So I covered my NBA plays, covered my props, covered the college football bracket analysis, everything as of now. Could change, and then talking about Thursday night football tomorrow night a little bit. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch y'all on the next one.